Hey, hello there, and a very, very good evening. My name's Siobhan, and do you know, this is my favourite show of the week. It is, of course, the Planet Cruise TV show. I'll let you know, do you know, I've had a bit of a stressful day. It's been one of those days. All I want to do is get on a cruise. Do you know that feeling? And the great thing is we've got 6 fantastic cruises coming up and some late deals as well. And we're also going to be joined by the wonderful Ruth from Celebrity Cruises. And she has got an amazing cruise for all of us. But we are joined by a great friend of mine. He actually works for Planet Cruise. He'll be taking your bookings tomorrow. The lovely Glenn. Nice to see you.
Have you calmed down now?
Oh, it's been one of them days, Glenn.
You were running around with flowers and privet edges a minute ago.
No, honestly, it's been a busy day.
You've got to put your wellies on later to do your gardening.
Honestly, that's right. You know, I mean, I love working here, but like most people, there are times where you need that break, and a cruise is just the best way.
So this is relaxing. This is more of a relaxing show, is it?
Oh, I can't wait.
Organised chaos.
No, we've actually got 6 cruises coming. We've actually got prices.
Yeah, we've got 6 cruises. We've got a few other bits as well. $399 we're starting cruises today.
Wow.
$399.
We've also got a brilliant Thomson cruise, haven't we?
Thomson's always so well, and of course that's going to be all-inclusive, which is what people like.
And it's a 2-weeker, isn't it?
2-weeker over to the Caribbean, and then we've also got something a little bit different. We've got a river cruise package going down the Mekong, so if you want to see Vietnam, Cambodia, that's something at the end. So we've got really something for everybody.
And as I mentioned, Ruth from Celebrity Cruises is here, and I think she's got one of the best deals we've ever seen.
Yeah, we've got a great one on the one of the ships based out of Southampton. So she's got a couple of other things to tell us about. So we've got some good deals coming up today, and it's going to be a busy, busy show.
And some late deals as well. And so Glenn works for Planet Cruise. You work taking the bookings, giving great advice.
Driving up today, and I'll be back in the office tomorrow lunchtime.
But we are open, obviously, tonight.
The guys are going to be there till about 10:30, 11 o'clock tonight. So again, look at the deals on the show. Give them a call. They'll be happy to help you. If the deals there aren't the ones for you, go onto the website. We've got 16,000 cruises on there at the moment.
Wow.
So we will pinpoint to get you one of the cruises.
But some of the deals are so hot they will sell.
They will sell out, especially the late deals. That's some of the late ones
might sell outside. So anyway, we're going to start off with an amazing cruise. It's been a long time since we've seen a 7-night cruise at $399, hasn't it?
We were discussing
I thought they didn't exist anymore.
No, I know. Well, this year especially, the prices this year that, you know, people have always commented, it seems to be more expensive this year because the Americans are travelling, the market has gone crazy this year. So people sometimes look at the prices and possibly get put off. We've done a deal tonight at $399. This is one for people that just maybe want to get away before Christmas because it's the end of November. The other thing is maybe for people that want to try cruising but are not really sure about it. This is not going to break the bank at $399, and that also includes your flights.
Well, I tell you what, let's take you on board and have a little look. So this is, of course, with Costa Cruises. Beautiful ships.
They are beautiful ships. Now, they're quite similar to MSC. They're Italian-based cruise lines, so the clientele on there will be from around Europe, whereas some of the other lines we work with are just solely British. So again, cosmopolitan, great shows. And the thing with Costa is the ships are so modern, and the Diadema is beautiful. Now, on here, cuisine is second to none, of course, based on the Italian cuisine, but they cater for the whole of Europe on board. And again, if you like your pizzas and your pastas, you're going a great opportunity to do that for you. Then moving on to the actual facilities on board, they cater for all ages, from kids through to couples, up to the older clientele as well. And they just really do look after you on board. And again, the price on this one, where it's taking you around the Mediterranean, it's a really good introduction to some of the big ports of call, and of course to cruising itself. So it's a really, really nice opportunity to try this line if you've not tried it before. And as I said, you can see there by the footage, it does cater for all ages. So if you've never tried a cruise before and you don't want to break the bank, this is possibly a good one for you.
It does work out less than £57 per person per night.
And you can't get a hotel room for that in the
really
UK
can't.
for that.
No.
And as I said, included on that, you can add on a drinks package. I think it's about €25 a day. And as I said, this will include include the flights on this one.
And actually, if you'd like to add on an extra 2 nights in Barcelona, you can do that from just £99 per person as well.
So if you take an inside cabin, $399, add on 2 extra nights for a 9-night package, that's £500.
Yeah, amazing.
It's not bad, is it?
Anyway, let's show you some of the lovely places you're going to be seeing and visiting. So we're going to fly you over to Barcelona, so you can do an extra 2 nights if you want to.
Yeah, and again, the flight's only 2 hours, so it's not too far, which is nice.
Flight.
And again, we can look at, this is based on London, but we can look at regional flights for you, depending on what's out there. Then from there, we go into one of my favourite destinations. We go into Mallorca. Many of you know that I got married there last year, lived there for a number of years, going to dock in the centre of Palma, go out right down to the Gothic-style cathedral and along the main Paseo Maritimo, across to, you've got Magaluf and Santa Ponsa down on the east coast. You've also got Calador, you've got Soyer train. Plenty of things to do there in Palma to keep you occupied. Then we have a day at sea. We always talk about our days at sea. Nice chance to relax. This is a big ship. It holds 3,700 passengers. It's 132,000 tonnes. So a lot of facilities on board. And that day at sea, you can just experience that if you've never cruised before.
I love the days at sea. I really
yeah,
do.
it's nice, especially if you're stressed out at work. You go straight into a port and then chill out on a day at sea.
Don't look at me like that, Glenn.
No, never. You're never stressed. You're never stressed. Then we go into Palermo, over into Italy. Beautiful resort area there of Palermo. You can go into Cathedral, go and maybe even have a swim, depending on the weather conditions over there. But it's a nice opportunity, maybe just take a walk along the beach and just experience the Italian hospitality. Then we go into probably the highlight of the cruise, going into a place called Civitavecchia, which many of you know is the gateway to go into Rome. Now, this time of year will be lovely going into Rome because it will be much quieter than it will be in June, July, August than it is now. And this time you can go to the Colosseum, the Vatican, Sistine Chapel. They'll offer tours there for you to do in Rome, but again, you're going to beat the crowds, which is a nice chance to go there. We were there in June last year, very, very busy, so November's a good time to go. Then we move down into Savona, so an Italian-based cruise here. And again, you've got the chance here to go and have a look at the beautiful, beautiful castle, the cathedral, or just wander around Savona, maybe even take some of the local wines in. But a nice opportunity after a busy day in Rome, maybe to chill out in Savona. Then we head down into the south of France, and we're going into the port of call of Marseille. Now, this is becoming really, really popular, Marseille, at the moment. Mainly because you can dock in Marseille, unlike some of the other ports of call. And this one, when we were there last year in June, we didn't do a tour there. We just wandered around that port area, did a bit of people watching, a couple of glasses of wine, and then wandered back to the ship with the shuttle buses.
Just a couple, that's very good for you, Glenn.
Well, yeah, well, it was breakfast time, so we moved on from there. And that was Marseille, but it is nice. I wouldn't do a tour there. I would just literally go and sit around the harbour. It's a nice opportunity to do there. And then from there, back into Barcelona, and your flight's back.
Wow. So, yeah, a lovely cruise. So maybe great for first-time cruisers, or, you know, if you just want to squeeze in an extra holiday this year on a budget, that is under £400 per person.
And I said you can also upgrade on drinks packages there. They can do those on board for you.
Brilliant.
So it's a really, really good opportunity to get a good deal, a great price, and I'd extend for 2 nights in Barcelona.
I don't know about you, but I hate November as well.
Oh, it's funny time, isn't it, really?
It's very depressing. Anyway, let's just remind you of what's included in this offer from Costa. As Glenn mentioned, some great upgrades. You can upgrade to a balcony from just £29 per person per night. If you want to spend an extra couple of nights in Barcelona, then you can do that from just £99 per person. And I guess, Glenn, you could either do that pre-cruise or post-cruise, could you?
Of course you can, yeah, we can do that for you. The team can work it depending on how your dates are. And we've done it as 2 days. If you want a bit longer, have a bit longer.
And then, of course, your return flights are included. And we think that was going to sell really, really quickly. It's been a long time since we've seen 7 nights at under £400, so do give us a call. Different phone number, don't forget, for the show, 0808 250 2662. But suddenly our little studio looks a lot prettier, doesn't it? Oh, I'm getting cheesy. Sorry, Ruth. You look great.
Thank you. Lovely to see you too. I've not been here since May, so it's ages. Lovely to see you, babe.
Well, I love the frock.
Thank you.
You do look amazing. And lots of you know Ruth already, but Ruth is from Celebrity Cruises. You'll know I'm a massive fan of Celebrity.
You are. And sailing with us again in October.
Yeah, my 8th cruise with you in October, Ruth.
Fantastic. Yeah. That's almost more than me, and there's something wrong with that.
You have too much time off.
I love the Celebrity brand, but tonight, my word, what a special price you've got.
It really is reduced. Just in time for the show, and this is Celebrity Silhouette's maiden season from the UK, from Southampton next year.
And, I mean, a chance to visit Scandinavia and Russia for 2 weeks.
Which is the most popular itinerary we do. We do so many of them because they sell out so far in advance. People love this destination, they really do.
And the dates that's really changed, though, in the last couple of years. In the last, maybe, it was always Western Med, and then people started moving Eastern Med. Now the Baltics is going crazy, isn't it? It's going really, really busy now.
And the dates that you've got are best time of year to go.
Right the way through the season, from May all the way through to August, so you can go whenever suits you.
Now, if you've never cruised with Celebrity, you are missing out so much.
You certainly are. Let's take a look, because we've got so much we can tell you about our gorgeous ships. There you can see our wonderful lawn, half an acre of real grass. Lawn bowls, croquet, my favourite sunset bar, which is perfect for sail away, with a lovely cold drink in your hand, sailing away, say from Stockholm, which is one of the most fantastic sail-ins or sail-aways in the world. Now, of course, we have Aqua Class, which I know is your favourite. You are now hooked on Aqua Class, Sean.
I am. It's a blue restaurant, the Persian Gardens.
It's all about well-being and relaxation. But, of course, our passionate celebrity is food and wine. We have an array of different restaurants. There you can see our crystal wine tower. It holds 1,800 bottles of wine, and we actually have the largest and rarest wine collection at sea. Our specialty restaurants, be it cuisine with the menu on the Apple iPads and Keith's favourite sushi lollipops, Murano, French, Michelin star quality, whether it's hamburgers or sushi or soufflés, there is something for absolutely everybody. And there also is your favourite spot.
Yeah.
The Martini Ice Bar. Have you worked your way through the huge menu of flavours yet?
I'm getting there.
And possibly have the hangover to prove it. But it is the hub of the ship. It's an incredible place. It's the life and soul with some wonderful live music.
Do you know, when I look at this clip of film, I just, you know, I've got so many wonderful memories that come flooding back every single time.
Yeah.
You know, I've had the best time. I really have with Celebrity. And I just want everyone to try a Celebrity Cruise for the first time.
Well, you can't really go wrong. We are known as modern luxury. So, yes, we are a 5-star premium brand, but we're very modern, very contemporary on board, and very relaxed and casual on board as well. I was just going to say that, because, you know, no stuffiness, is there?
No, there really isn't.
No.
But we always find, though, that people that book Celebrity Wine, I've had loads and loads of people in the last few months that have phoned in, I've gone with other lines, moved them to Celebrity, they've come straight back and said, let's book another one. So you do get so many repeat passengers. And if you get repeat, you know it's good.
And I'm not being funny, but I wouldn't have chosen to host a cruise for you in October.
No, you wouldn't. You could have chosen any cruise line, and you chose Celebrity, so we are delighted.
It's because I knew the
that.
Customers would be delighted.
Exactly,
you know?
and we've got well over 100 people travelling just because of you. Not just Celebrity, but because of you.
But what I'm interested in with this cruise is the itinerary, because this is a part of the world that I've never been to.
Oh, you must. So, go on, kick us off with the itinerary.
I can't believe you've not done this destination.
Incredible.
I thought you'd have done this destination. Anyway, so we jump on the Silhouette, maiden season out of Southampton, which is always good. And, of course, if you want to stay the night before, you can stay at the Holiday in Winchester, which is great. £95 per person. For 2 weeks, that's your park in the room, bed and breakfast, and then transfers to and from the port. I'd advise doing that. Then we have a day at sea, which is great. Loads of things to see on board the ship. Take in, get all your reservations done for your hotels, for your restaurants, go and see the show. And then we arrive into Copenhagen. Now, Copenhagen is another beautiful sailing, but the good thing with this, you've got an overnight in Copenhagen as well.
2 days.
So you can take a trip on the riverboats through the canals, you can go to Tivoli Gardens, you can make your way over to see the Little Mermaid. There's loads and loads of things to do in Copenhagen, and it's a wonderful city. You've got 2 days there, which is really, really nice.
And worth going out in the evening. Even if you want to have dinner on board, go out in the evening and maybe visit Nijhaven, or where you've got all the wonderful restaurants and cafes, or go to Tivoli Gardens, which is totally different.
We've got the amusement park and the gardens there, so you've got both to do there.
Best of both worlds.
Then from there we have another day at sea, which is good. Then we head into Tallinn. Now, when I went to Tallinn a few years ago, I thought, can't imagine anyone going here. The ships love Tallinn. It's one of the favourite destinations. Now, it's the old city there, the cobbled streets, just wander and meander around. Now, tour-wise, you can do tours there, but I always think it's the place before St. Petersburg, so people tend to just want to relax before they head into St. Petersburg itself. Now, of course, moving on to St. Petersburg, this is probably going to be most people's highlight. And again, you've got normally an overnight, so 2 days, and you need 2 days in St. Petersburg. Plenty of things to do here. Remember, you can only get off the ship unless you've pre-arranged your own visa, which is not easy to do, but 99% of people, you have to be on tour. Okay, so you go off on tour.
And then your visas are included if you book out your excursion.
So with this one, 4 main things to do is Peterhof Palace, the Hermitage, Catherine's Palace, and the Church of the Spilled Blood. Tours will incorporate those, and you just need to decide which way you're going to do that.
But with 2 days, you can actually see all of them, and those are the amazing fountains. We actually do a tour to Peterhof with all those fountains, and you can do it by hydrofoil, so you can cross the river, and it's a wonderful way of doing it.
And of course, in the evening, you can do the ballet, the folkloric show.
Yes, I think you can see the Cossack dancers as well if you want to.
I think Celebrity do the vodka
we
tasting.
do a vodka tasting at night. Isn't that the best place in the world to go vodka tasting?
Again, Ruth looked directly at me there. Yeah,
I did. Yes. Sorry about that, Sean.
But I would like that.
Then we move on from St. Petersburg into Helsinki. Helsinki is great to just go into the centre. They've got the fish market, you've got the market area, they've got the rock church, you can go on to Sibelius. But again, the sailing in and out of Stockholm and Helsinki are wonderful, and make sure you're on the back deck. in the morning
or
and when you're sailing.
Book
or
a balcony. You don't have to leave your stateroom.
Exactly. And of course, all-inclusive drinks, so you can have a glass of champagne as you sail out.
There you go.
Then we're going to Stockholm. A couple of things I would recommend doing here. One is going to the Vasa Museum, which is the wonderful museum they've built around the ship that sunk in the harbour. They've brought that back up. That's really interesting to go and see. Of course, it's all islands through Stockholm, so it's a wonderful sailing. The other thing very, very popular is the ABBA Museum. That opened a couple of years ago.
Well, that's my era. So I've not been. I'm dying to go.
You can actually go there and get 3D interactive and stand on stage with the four of them and actually sing and dance. You go to their studios, see the costumes, all the gold discs they won. That's, if you're an ABBA fan, it's a must.
But it's a great city to just wander around as well, apart from the various tours that you can do if you wish to.
Once you've done Stockholm, you have a day at sea. Then you go into a place called Warnemünde. Now, people are not sure about Warnemünde. We're in Germany here. It's an actual beach resort. There's bars and restaurants. You wander underneath the train station, and you come to the actual area there. You can go and lay on the beach or whatever. The other thing I would say is, if you can, it's a 12-hour tour, but they do a tour to Berlin. 3 hours each way, but when you get to Berlin, you've got the Brandenburg Gate, you'll go to Checkpoint Charlie, you'll see where the wall is. You can actually stand either side where you're in East and West Germany. Really, really interesting to go and see, and that's one I'd recommend. And then 2 days at sea as you sail back, and then head back into Southampton.
And just make the most of those 2 final days, because you will absolutely love this beautiful ship.
You will. She really has so much to offer. Whether you want to relax at the Lawn Club, do a wine tasting, or just sit on your balcony and watch the world go by, dine in the restaurants, our wonderful pool deck. There you can see beautiful lounges with thick mattresses, so you're so well looked after.
I just like having a little nap there or reading a book.
And those are the alcoves. Now, you won't see these on Eclipse, but these are on Silhouette and Reflection. And you can rent these for the day. And there you've got your own private lounges, you've got your iPad, you've got your own fridge, and this is my favourite. Lawn Club Grill is on Silhouette. Here you can choose your own meat or fish from the refrigerator, and you can cook with the chef and dine al fresco at the lawn. It is wonderful. It really is great to do.
Now, just a few questions I've got for Ruth. First of all, I do like the drinks package of Celebrity. I love it, actually. If you go for an ocean view or above, you get the drinks package. Now,
you do.
And that's for 2 weeks.
Yes.
So that's a lot of value.
If you were to buy that, that would cost you £900.
Wow. So when you actually look at the price, so the balcony starts at 1789 for the 9th of June. That's the best date. Glenn pointed it out for the 9th of June. You actually break down all the drinks that would be included in that. This cruise is really affordable, isn't it?
It's an incredible value. Normally, we're way over £2,000 for a balcony on this sailing.
Yeah, it would be.
But we've got it reduced just in time for the show. But even look at the lead-in at 1269. Because not everybody wants a balcony, and sometimes people might want to spend money on having 2 cruises a year. But you can do 14 nights for less than £100 a day.
I know, it's amazing. So just over £600 a week. And by the way, if you do go for that, I forgot to mention, if you do go for the upgrade to Ocean View or above, you'll also get half-price gratuities. Yes. But also, we've got a bit of time for once, Ruth. So just quickly, before we show what's included here, there is another date that you can go on, isn't there?
There is. Now, it's not going to be on the grid that we're about to show you, but this was brand new. It was going to be reduced tomorrow, but I said, please give it to me tonight in time for Planet Cruise TV. And this is the 7th of May, and this is a 12-night sailing, so it's slightly shorter, but we've reduced the price. I'm glad you're sitting down because you would fall over, to 1099 lead-in.
Wow.
And then we're doing a free upgrade from Ocean View to balcony with your drinks package and half-price gratuities for 1489, and you still get the overnight in St. Petersburg, 2 days there.
As long as you get that overnight, because that's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So all you need to do is ask Planet Cruise for the date on the 7th of May.
Absolutely, 7th of May, yes.
Great.
But you will see when we put the grid up that there's a whole array of dates between May and August.
Well, let's show you everything that's included, then all of the dates as well. So. A quick reminder, for this amazing price, you will get, first of all, the lead date starts at 1269. However, if you upgrade to a balcony, so an ocean view above, so ocean view or balcony, or you go for, say, aqua, anything above an ocean view, you will get the free unlimited drinks package. That's really good ocean view and above.
Incredible.
You've got the overnights, as we talked about, which are brilliant. You know, gives you so much more time to see those wonderful places. If you want to stay the night before in the Holiday Inn in Winchester, you can do that for only £95 per person. Then you'll get 2 weeks of free parking.
That's
port
it.
transfer.
And that's worth the money.
Wow,
that is worth
it really is, yes.
And as Ruth mentioned, the itineraries will differ depending on departure date, but only slightly. Just give us a call and we'll talk you through those. Now, can we talk about the drinks package? Because I think it is amazing on Celebrity
Well,
Ruth.
absolutely. It is incredible value. It does include all of your soft drinks, bottled water, which is great for taking out on your days out off the ship, specialty teas and coffees. So don't worry if you don't drink a lot of alcohol. But it includes wines, spirits, cocktails, beers. It's just so inclusive, and it's available. You can use your drinks package in every single place around the ship, be it in a specialty restaurant, at the lawn club, wherever you want. The restaurants, you can use your drinks package. Incredible value.
And I only discovered Aqua Class early on this year, beginning of this year.
Yes.
And Ruth, it was amazing. For me, the highlight's the Blue Restaurant, because you get to dine in that every night.
Well,
yes, you do. It's
it?
exclusively to our Aqua Class guests, and everybody who sails in Aqua Class once always sails in Aqua Class. And the main reason is Blue Restaurant.
It is the most amazing restaurant with the most gorgeous food. I mean, I'd have several courses because it's quite clean cuisine.
It is.
It's the first cruise I came back the same weight, seriously.
That's incredible. Over 2 weeks, that's quite something.
I did use the gym a bit as well, but it was the food that made the difference for me.
It really is.
And also the complimentary access to the Persian garden.
Which is those beautiful hot stone beds with floor-to-ceiling glass windows, so you've got the great views as well. But also, of course, you get express luggage delivery, shoe shine service, a pillow menu, and lots of other added benefits. But these are the two main reasons people love Aqua Class.
And let's just show these amazing prices we've got tonight. So they've just come down. So we've got the best dates to go to this part of the world. So May through to August.
Yes.
Lead date there starts at 1269.
Unless you want to go on the 7th of May, which is the 12 night at 1099.
But the best price, I'm looking
on
for
the balcony is the 9th of June.
And the 9th of June's a great one to go because the weather's going to be nice. It's not going to be too hot.
The weather will be fabulous
That's
at that
the one
point.
that we pointed out earlier, wasn't it?
And that is including free classic drinks package and half-price gratuities. And some of these itineraries, as you mentioned, vary slightly. So the one we've shown this evening on the 26th of May has an overnight in Copenhagen. Some will have an overnight in Stockholm. Some will have 3 days in St. Petersburg. But the team at Planet Cruise will tell you which one your itinerary is.
Ruth, we're now overtime.
Oh, sorry.
Have you got anything else to tell us before
I
you
do,
leave?
because I have an exclusive that came in at the last minute just for you. It is exclusive to Planet Cruise and to TV tonight. You know it very well. Our private jet terminal at Stansted, Jet Set Sail.
Which always sells really well.
It goes crazy. I was going to save it for next week, but it's an exclusive tonight for you. This is the 23rd of June or the 14th of July. It's a 7-night Italy, Spain and France. You get an overnight in Barcelona, you get an overnight in Ibiza, you visit France and Spain as well. With the private jet terminal, exclusive price from 1129.
Wow.
And to upgrade to Ocean View with drinks is only £130.
Done.
So call the team, the Planet team know it, it's exclusive.
That's what my hairdresser's after. Lee, if you're watching, that's the one to book tonight.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Lovely to see you both.
That's
Thank you.
Can't wait for my next celebrity cruise.
That's the end of the show, isn't it?
I'll stay.
Now, we are going to move on to our next cruise. And Glenn said he works in the call centre. He'll be there tomorrow. He knows this is going to be another top seller tonight. It is, of course, all-inclusive with Thomson. Let's take you on board and talk you through. So, Glenn, you know every time we do a Thomson cruise, particularly if they're all-inclusive, then we get really busy. Oh, no, just apologise. We've got the MSC clip that's just popped in there.
What are they doing here?
Yeah. That's coming up, though, isn't it?
It is coming up. We'd like to give them a preview.
There's a little tease of what's coming up. Yeah, we have got MSC coming up a little bit later on, haven't we?
Yeah, but this is the Thomson one. So we'll talk about Thomson. So let's have a look at Thomson. There we go.
Right, here we go. So talk us through then, Glenn.
We love live shows, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we are live. It happens.
So let's have a look at Thomson. Now, Thomson, as I said, always sell well. And they vary on the TV. If it's not all-inclusive, it doesn't do as well, as you can appreciate. Today, we've got the all-inclusive on there, and this will fly. So if people want to go to the Caribbean, there are so many different companies that do the Caribbean. But a lot of them don't do the all-inclusive. This one is offering it. So this one's going to do...
So it's £650 a week for all-inclusive and
all-inclusive, and your flights, transfers, cabin and drinks, food, tips, everything.
I mean, that is ridiculous,
Really,
isn't it?
the only thing extra you'll be paying for is if you go and do any of the tours.
Yeah.
So if you want to see the good thing with this one, we've got a few sea days in between, but you're doing about 9 different islands. So if you want to get an overview of the Caribbean, it's the best way to do it. And of course, going over there on Thomson's, they're very relaxed ships. They're British cruise line, and they just cater for the market very, very well.
I can honestly say, I've been very lucky I've done about 24 cruises now, but the Caribbean is still my favourite.
Yeah, I mean, I did eight years over in the Caribbean, and I think when I was there, I was a bit like, oh, back in the Caribbean again. You don't appreciate it until
you were
now.
Spoiled.
I was spoiled. I was like, oh, I've got to look at Antigua again. Oh. Now I haven't been there for about 5 years. I'm going, I really want to go back.
Well, you're going to get to see so many of the gorgeous islands on this one. So it starts off with your flights. We've got a few different airports here as well.
Yeah, so this is based on Bournemouth. But the great thing with this one, and we always get complaints from our viewers living up in the north, this one here is Manchester and Birmingham are included in the price as well. And for a change, anyone from London Gatwick has got to pay 50 quid extra, which is not normally the case. But
we've evened it out tonight. So Manchester, Birmingham, and Bournemouth, all included.
All included in the price, and then Gatwick's an extra 50 quid.
Well, so we're going to fly you across.
And we're going to enter La Romana, which is a bit... This is Dominican Republic, OK? So people that maybe have been there on a holiday before, we're going to fly you in there. Then from there, we're going to go over to the beautiful British Virgin Islands of Tortola. Now, from here, you can take the buses over to Cane Garden Bay. Again, famous for the pirate's treasure here. So if you want to go looking for the pirate's treasure, go and do some snorkelling. And also, the local delicacy is a thing called the Pusser's Rum, which is the local rum.
It's really strong, isn't it?
Yeah. It disconnects the brain from the kneecaps. It's very, very good, but I would recommend it. Then we go on to St Martin, one of the most popular destinations. Again, the French and Dutch side divided into two. We dock in the Dutch side, but you can go over to Marigot on the French. Now, again, good here for swimming, snorkelling, but the main thing here is shopping. People go shopping for electrical goods and jewellery. Very, very popular here. Antigua, one of the great islands of the Caribbean. 365 beaches, one for every day of the year. Over to St John's, you've got the harbour area there, great British influence. But again, maybe take a catamaran out, travel and see this beautiful... I've holidayed there, I've been there many times. It is stunning. Even around the harbour area, it's a buzzing around the whole area, and Antigua's very, very popular. St Lucia, another one of the popular ones. Again, go and see the Pitons, the two mountain areas there. Take a catamaran out, land and sea, where you go over to the volcanic areas of Sofri, Marigot Bay, and that's the Pitons there you can see on the slides. Then we would go to Grenada. Now, I docked in Grenada about 6 weeks after the hurricane hit in 2003-04. Devastated the islands. They've reinvested it. It's now one of the most popular destinations in the Caribbean. One of the tours I would recommend here is over to the Spice Islands, over to the spice places, so see where they cultivate all the spices. The other popular one there is to go into the underwater sculpture park, which is very, very popular. Then we go into La Romana, where you flew into at the start of the cruise. You didn't get to see it. So here you're going to have a whole day here in Dominican Republic. I holidayed there a couple of years ago, and we did zip lining, we rode the horses, we went out on catamarans and boat trips. There's loads of stuff to do in Dominican Republic. We have a day at sea, and then we go into what's called the ABC Islands. So we're going to start off with Bonaire, which is the B. And again, all three of these islands are geared up for water sports, for scuba, snorkelling, going to the beaches, and Bonaire is stunning, so you can even get to swim with the turtles. Into Curacao, you've got the pastel-coloured buildings of the Dutch island of Curacao, across the bridge into the main town if you want to do some shopping, or again, then take a trip out through the Dutch Antilles, and that's the harbour area there, across the bridge into some swimming in Curacao. And then into the A part of the ABC Islands, into Aruba. A Dutch island as well, quite a big American influence on there. Great shopping within the port area. Or again, we used to take the quad bikes out and do a whole island tour, just chill out on the beach. But the ABC Islands are spectacular.
I mean, we are getting to see so much.
Yeah, and Aruba, Bonaire and Curacao aren't on a lot of the destinations, so this is a little bit different.
The ones
as well.
I've not done, actually.
Yeah, and then a couple of days at sea, which is nice. You've been busy, chill out before you've got your flight back. And as I said, everything's packaged with Thomson's. Flights, transfers, tips, drinks, cabin. What more do you want?
Well, Glenn knows this will be really busy tonight for this one. It really will. Beautiful ship, all-inclusive. All-inclusive. All-inclusive, all your gratuities, absolutely everything. Working out around about less than £650 a week, because you're away for 15 nights in this one. So let's, I think it works out less than £87 per person per night on this one, which is amazing.
Not bad.
So yes, you will get a free upgrade tonight if you're super quick to all-inclusive. All your tips and your exclusive discounts there. A low deposit. Oh, yes. If you're thinking, oh, God, I want to book that, but I haven't quite got the finances right, you can actually reserve your place on board from only £125 per person. Return flights we mentioned at Manchester or Birmingham. They are included in the price. If you want to fly from London Gatwick, you'll have to just pay a small supplement of £49 per person.
Can I just say as well with Thomson's, and it's something that happens every single time we have a deal. We offer these prices now. That's the price now if you book. The more people we book, Thomson's prices change more than anybody else in the industry. So once they see cabins selling, the price will go up. And that's not a sales point, that is true. Of course. So again, you phone in 4 days' time, I bet the price will be higher.
So do book tonight if you can. You only need a deposit. Now, just quickly, we're about to move on to that MSC cruise that we quickly previewed. But before we do that, we're actually going to go to the phone lines.
Is Robbie on?
He is on, yeah.
What's he doing on the phone?
I don't know. Well, he's obviously got some sort of late deal, but we actually have no clue what it is. So, Rob, are you there?
I am. You all right, guys?
Hi, mate.
We are. We're great, thanks. So, have you got us a last-minute deal, Rob, or...?
Well, we have actually, and to be honest with you, if we'd have known about this earlier, we'd have probably had it as the main deal on the show, but we only found out a couple of hours before you guys went live. So we've got another Thomson one on here, and it's one of their famous repositioning cruises. So we've got 5th of November, so fairly last minute if you're looking to get away, you know, between now and Christmas. But it's one of the 17-night cruises that goes out of Malaga, but over to the Caribbean. So you get a few days at sea as you go through sort of Gibraltar, Cadiz, and then do the transatlantic. But then we go and we do Antigua, Dominica, St Kitts, St Martin, Totola, and into La Romana before you fly home. Now, that's a 17-night cruise on Thomson's Celebration. Outside cabins on this from 1249 per person for 17 nights. But this is where the magic happens on this, because we've actually got this as all-inclusive.
Oh,
and
wow.
Lovely. That's where the magic happens.
Wow.
Now, Gatwick or Birmingham, we do have Manchester flights as well, but as a supplement. But if you want Gatwick, you want Birmingham, you're looking to book something this evening, 1249 per person.
We've had that feature before on the show a couple of times, and we've been selling a lot of it, but they look like they've just dropped the price again. And again, you know, if you want to get away that time of year for 17 nights.
So, Rob, just give us, what date was it again?
So that's the 5th of November. So it's 17-night fly cruise, Malaga to the Dominican Republic.
Wow.
And make sure when you do phone in tonight, if you want to book that one, when you call the guys, make sure you tell them it's the call that Robbie phoned in on, so they know the difference between the two deals.
Right.
But again, same thing as I said to you before, these prices will go up and down, and that's what they're like with Thomson's.
So that was 1249?
1249 all inclusive.
All inclusive. Rob, that sounds amazing.
Not a problem. Thanks a lot, guys. I think you're actually in tomorrow for once, aren't you, Glenn, in the office?
I might just pop in and sign a couple of autographs, then pop back out again, Rob.
See you guys later.
Thank you, Rob. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, dear. That was really good. So, seriously, 5th of November, Thomson, 17 nights, 1249, all-inclusive. Late deal. We would have had it on the show, Rob said, but it came in late.
I say we have featured it before, I think, a couple of times.
Yeah,
and there's still spaces on that. But, you know, if you want to do a repo ticket, that's a good one.
Now, we are a little bit behind, so... We're going to start speaking quickly now. So we've got 4 late deals for you as well. Just quickly breeze through these. 7 nights, Legends from Amsterdam on Holland America. That's for the 27th of August from 1029. That is brilliant for the 27th of August.
And that's the new ship, Colin Stan.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Really, really good. Then we move on to a really, really popular one, a Norwegian Epic, 29th of October 2017. 7-night Western Med from Barcelona. Really, really popular ports of call. Remember, NCL will be all-inclusive, all your tips, all your drinks for $979. That's a really, really good deal.
And then, if you would like to maybe visit the Norwegian fjords, you can actually with Fred Olsen on the Black Watch, and really popular, 3rd of September from 775 on that one.
And that goes from Ross Scythe as well, so
yes,
again, for our northern clientele, they really picked that one up well. And then again, another nice one, 9-night Venice stay and Greek islands, one of my favourite destinations, this area. Again, you've got Athens, Mykonos, you've got Agostoli, which is Kefalonia, and you've got return flights from London with a 2-night stay in Venice, and that's just coming in at 1099.
And Glenn, do our lovely viewers, just if they ring the call centre, do they just say it's one of the late deals that we talked about?
Yeah, if they could just give the guys a bit of help, because they're going to be busy in the office tonight, just say, oh, Glenn Shaw just talked about a late deal, or it's the Thomson deal that Rob called in on, just so they know exactly what they're talking about, and we'll go from there.
Right. MSC.
Have we got a video for this?
Yeah, I think we have actually, yeah. So, yes, it's a great cruise, actually. You're going to visit the United Arab Emirates and Oman from Dubai. But here's our lovely Keith. Again, you might have seen him earlier.
Bright, bold, stylish and sophisticated, MSC Cruises Splendida is quintessentially Italian. If Gucci was to design a cruise ship, this would be it. With extensive arts and crafts programmes, lots of sports tournaments and the chance to win the legendary Super Chef competition, there's plenty to get involved with by the day on board Splendida. But my favourite are the dance classes, where professional instructors will help you polish your moves. Now, there's more than a dozen bars on board Splendida, including venues for piano music, jazz and Latin dancing. For alfresco supping under the sun or the stars, you could try one of the many bars on the open deck. Or if you fancy a quick shot of caffeine, then let the baristas satisfy you in the excellent espresso coffee bar. Or if you're looking for some great music with your cocktails, then head to the heart of the action at the well-named Purple Bar. As the sun sinks across the horizon, the Splendida's public areas offer up an array of live music, interactive events, competitions and visually stunning innovative shows. And every night is a different show in the theatre where talented singers and dancers and acrobats from every corner of the world perform highly visual themed shows. 80% of the cabins have private balconies, and in keeping with Splendida's superb public areas, the cabins are cleverly designed, maximising the use of space and beautifully finished. Now, there are 8 main grades to choose from, including super family cabins with interconnecting doors and some truly stunning suites featuring walk-in wardrobes and spa baths. Now, all the grades are en suite and feature mini bars, safes, interactive TVs and Wi-Fi connectivity.
Oh, that's our lovely Keith.
Isn't it funny how the only video that gets shown twice is the one that he's talking on?
Yeah, very true.
Keeps like that glitch.
And by the way, Keith gets married 3 weeks today.
I know. I think I'm seeing him tomorrow. I think he's in the office tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, yes.
3 weeks today. I will be there. I'm really looking forward to it, actually.
Yeah, good.
His best man's a comedian, so I'm hoping he's going to really take the mickey. Anyway, let's talk about this amazing deal with MSC. And again, some great places we're going to visit.
Well, MSC are one of the biggest cruise companies in the world. They're bringing out ships all the time. They've just bought out Mercury. Oh, they're huge because they're the shipping container company. So they've got this money behind them, and they do some really, really good deals. Whether they're based them out of Southampton with Magnifica now, but if you want to do the Dubai, a lot of the ships aren't going there. Some of them have pulled out of Dubai, and I have no idea why. But MSC are still over there, and I think if you look at flights over to Dubai and a few nights stay, you won't get it for what the price of this cruise is, and the destinations you go into with Abu Dhabi and places like that are fantastic.
And great winter sun as well. Just to let you know, if you did want to spend a bit of extra time in Dubai, you can actually do that on one of the dates, isn't it?
We can do it on every date, to be quite honest, but we've got a bit of a deal on the 23rd of Feb. For an extra 60 quid, you can have 2 extra nights in Dubai.
£60?
I think you just got to bring your own tent. I don't know, for 60 quid. But they'll do that for you. But again, the team can tailor-make all of the destinations if you want longer there.
But it's the 23rd of February.
Is the deal on that one for the £60.
Anyway, let's talk you through where you're going to be visiting on this one. We're going to fly you over to Dubai first.
We are going to fly you straight over to Dubai, overnight flight, and then embark the Splendida for your cruise. Then we're going on to Abu Dhabi. Now, obviously, Dubai and Abu Dhabi are these futuristic destinations. The good thing with Abu Dhabi, there's so much to see over there. You've got the Ferrari world with the water park. You've got plenty of sites to go over to Yas Island. Again, you can then meet old and new, so you've got the grand mosques, the skyscrapers. So much to go and see there and keep you occupied. You probably need longer in Abu Dhabi than you've got there. Then we go on to Siribanas Island. Now, this is the private destination here that is spectacular. They've developed this for the cruise ships to go in. So, again, you've got the wildlife area there, the bird life, but then also you've got the beach, you've got the hammocks, you've got the water sports, you've got the bars over there, and it's just something that's very different to some of the other places.
So that is going to be really special.
It is. That is going to be something a bit different. Then a chill-out day at sea, which is always nice. Then we go on to Muscat in Oman, and with this one, a little bit more traditional in the Middle East sense of the places you're going to go and see. You've got the National Museum, you've got the Grand Mosque, which is spectacular. You have to go and visit that. You've also got the National History Museum, or you can just have a wander along the beach and take in all the sights. Then into Koh Al Fakan. From there, again, another popular destination in Oman. 2 very, very similar destinations, but again, you can walk along the Corniche. You've got the mosque, but again, it's really becoming futuristic with the skyscrapers appearing there. So it's very different from Dubai and Abu Dhabi to Muscat and Koh Al Fakan. And then back into Dubai. Now, if you've not done Dubai, with this one, they're going to give you an overnight on board. So you've got 2 days to go and experience Palm Island, which is nowhere else like it in the world. You can go to the Burj Al Arab. You've also got the tallest building in the world. They do a tour there called Walk in the Clouds, where you can go up into some of the skyscrapers almost above cloud level and look down. You can go to Atlantis, which is the hotel, and they've got the water slide that actually goes through the sharks, which is something a little bit different.
Do you know, I've only ever been to the airport. So
oh, it's spectacular. And, you know, it is one of the places to go to now. And again, with this, you've got all this included for just over £1,000.
Yeah, and that is a free upgrade to a balcony.
So a balcony cabin for just under £1,100, free Wi-Fi on this one. And again, you can upgrade to the drinks package. I think it's £23 per person per day.
I mean, yeah, what would your flights actually cost as well?
Exactly.
They are included. So remember, a free upgrade tonight on the show from inside to balcony and a free Wi-Fi package as well. If you do want to stay in Dubai, you can do that on any of the dates, but we've got an amazing deal on the 23rd of February from £60 per person. And your flights are either London, Birmingham, Manchester or Glasgow.
They are, yeah,
so,
which is good. And again, that will change as well, because once the flights get reduced, it will restrict where you can go from. So get that book now.
And actually, the prices, they don't actually vary much. They really don't, you know, across all those dates. You know, only by a few pounds really, but you are going to get the free upgrade to a balcony. And we have got some amazing prices on the Yacht Club, which is like almost like a ship within a ship. It's
yeah, so you have your own area at the front of the ship there, and again, you've got your drinks included with that one. That's something a little bit special.
Anyway, don't forget, give us a call as soon as you can tonight for that one, or first thing tomorrow morning as well. We've got 2 cruises still to come. We've got a river cruise to finish the show.
Yeah.
But first, we have got Oceania, and I know, very impressed with those.
Kick the bucket.
Now, Oceania, they're known to have the finest food at sea.
They are, yeah. They have their own ranches and places. They breed lobsters over in the States, so their cuisine is second to none. They're 5-star deluxe.
Well, I have cruised with myself, and it was spectacular. But the ships are beautiful.
They are
but
stunning.
The food is outstanding.
They're boutique ships,
yes,
and they're beautiful, and they're geared to 5-star plus. You look at the price, people go, oh, look at the price, but you're paying for what you get on here for you. If you really want to treat yourself, you want to do a med cruise, you want great food and the service. I mean, all ships are good, but these do take it to a next level. I must admit, they are a bit special.
And Glenn, are they, when I cruised, some of the specialty restaurants were included?
I think they're still included on there for you. And they are geared more towards couples. They're not so much kid-friendly, because that's the sort of cruise line they are. So, you know, if you want to take your partner away, you want to treat them, and you want to do something a little bit different, this is really nice one.
And I forgot to mention, tonight, by the way, you've got a choice of lots of freebies. You choose either free drinks or free $400 on board spend.
$500 or free excursions as well. They offer excursions. So you've got a choice of one of those anyway. And I think it's free Wi-Fi.
Free Wi-Fi, it is.
On there for you.
Now, some beautiful places. I know Oceania, they're also known for their great itineraries, aren't they?
They are, and they do some nice ones. And I mean, this one's going over to Barcelona, which is, you know, a lot of the cruise lines leave from there anyway. But this is actually going over to a place called Portofino.
And it cruises out of Monte Carlo, doesn't it?
Sorry, Monte Carlo on here, so I apologise.
Finished
in Barcelona. So it goes out of Monte Carlo, which again is one of the great destinations of Europe. But Portofino, just along the coastline there, if you've never been to Portofino before, down on that Riviera coastline, all the buildings are pastel coloured, so it's the Italian Riviera. And again, this one here, I would just sit back, relax, and just look at the sights, because it's class, it's money, it's stunning looking people around this area. And again, you can make your way along to Brown Castle, which is beautiful. The whole area there is stunning, so make sure you get along to Portofino. Then we go into your more sort of standard ports, of course. So you've got Livorno, which is your destinations into Florence and Pisa. You can go and see the Tower, the Ponte Vecchio in Florence, the Duomo, many places to go and see there. Then we go into Rome. Again, we talk about this a lot. We've already spoke about it today, but you're going to go into Civitavecchia, the gateway into Rome. Then heading down into sort of the Villa France area, down into Nice, which again is stunning. That whole Côte d'Azur is beautiful. Villa France would be normally a tender port going over there. Great little market as you make your way off. But again, if not, you can jump on the trains and explore the whole of that coastline, depending on what you want to do there. Then we go down into Provence, and again, still staying back in that area. And again, we've mentioned Marseille already, but just go there, wander around the port area and take in the views. And then down into Sète in France. So again, with this part of area, again, a bit of a new destination for some of the cruise lines here. But again, small, quaint fishing village there. You've got the Roman villas, you've got the Conference Centre of Art. You could just wander around the Corniche area there. But a nice part of the world to spend the afternoon if you wanted to. Then into Mallorca, we've discussed that already, and then you finish there in Barcelona at the end of the cruise.
Beautiful.
So it's a really nice Mediterranean cruise, but you're doing it in 5-star deluxe luxury, and you know that every night you come back, you're going to have some of the best cuisine at sea.
Well, a reminder of everything that's included. So you get free Wi-Fi, and as we mentioned, you choose from either free drinks, free $400 on-board spend, off free excursions, return flights from selected UK airports with no supplements, and transfers not included, but they can be added as well.
They can.
Yeah. And then our final cruise for this evening, and it's a river cruise.
It's a river cruise, yeah. Again, we do feature a lot of these river cruises.
They do really well, aren't they?
They are, they do so well, yeah. But they're always, river cruises seem to be a little bit more expensive than some of the ocean cruises, just the way, because they're smaller vessels, a little bit more niche where they go to. Now, this one here is something I don't think we've featured before. Now, the price we're offering this is would normally be on a European river cruise, but this one's actually taking you over to Vietnam on the Mekong. Now, if you really want to experience this part of the world, I had nightmares last night trying to pronounce some of these words. So it should be interesting.
Yeah,
this
well,
one.
yeah.
You'll help me out on this one, will you? You won't say a word.
I'm all ears now. Yeah, I think it's the first time we've ever featured, you're right, this river cruise.
Yeah, so this is on the Amadara, and again, with these river cruises, they're 4 or 5-star deluxe, and this one is really going to immerse you in the culture. So, you know, like we say on the ocean cruises, they take you to the big destinations. These ones are going to take you to some big destinations, but they're also going to stop along the Mekong, and you'll make your way off to some of the small villages and local towns. So, if you really want to see Vietnam in this part of the world, you've got a Ho Chi Minh stay at the start of the cruise, but you really are going to take in the views here. Now, the ship was launched in 2015.
Oh, so she's, really
pretty new, yeah, and you've only got 124 passengers on. So you can imagine if you want to see this part of the world with a little bit more independence and you're not in big groups, you'll have the chance to do this. But full of different temples and sites to go and see. You've got excursions included, so the guides are dealing with much smaller groups. They normally have the whispers or the boxes where you can listen to the guide all the time. But again, when you come back to this beautiful vessel in the evening, you've got great cuisine, beautiful, beautiful rooms and staterooms. And again, this one comes with the twin balconies. Now, normally on river cruises, the lead-in price is what's called a river view, so they're almost like a small porthole. The whole point of being on a river cruise is sitting in your room and taking in the views. But these come with twin balconies as the lead-in on here, so it's a great option.
Do you know, I didn't realise that.
Yeah, they're twin balconies, so again, you can just come in from the day, you've immersed yourself in the culture, then you start sailing along the Mekong, which is one of the bucket lists for many people, and just taking the views. And again, every day you're stopping at various destinations, and you can see this is what you're going to be seeing on the river cruise itself.
You can see on the screen it says free drinks on board. You do get free drinks with your meals, don't you?
With your meals on this one as well, yeah. So this is nice.
It's actually it's a really, really good deal.
But it's quite an intensive package as well. There's a lot of things to see in here as well. So you're off every day, and that's what it's got on here.
I've been to this part of the world and I loved it. I really
and it's
did.
still, even when you're out and about, it's so cheap to eat and drink and whatever you want to do.
We get excited about it, but it is.
You compare that to like the Baltics and Scandinavia, it's a different world.
It really is.
It really is. So this one's.
So I just bought loads of handmade Christmas cards when I was there.
Did you?
Yeah. And
you know how to live, didn't you?
But they were wonderful. They were, like, honestly, they really were.
I just bought back T-shirts and videos, DVDs. I bought back DVDs of films that weren't even made yet.
Anyway, let's give you a little taster of where you're going to be going.
So this one's going into Ho Chi Minh. This is going to be based on London flights, but we can look, I think, at other airports as well if you wanted to. And again, this one's going to give you 2 days there, which is great. So here, plenty of things to go and see. Of course, being Vietnam, it's still with the recent history. I would definitely do a trip down to the Cu Chi tunnels. That is something that everybody should do. You've got a chance to go to Independent Palace. You've got the War Remnants Museum. But again, you've got the skyscrapers. So you've got the old and the new meeting. A little bit similar to like Dubai, you know, with the old and new as well. But you've got 2 days there to go and explore. And then from there, you're going to transfer to the port and embark the vessel itself. So again, when we go through these destinations, I'm not going to go through too much because I'm not an expert on this part of the world and I can't pronounce half of them, and I'll get people going in.
That's a fun place.
Yeah, I know. So we're going to Kai Bay. I thought it was cul-de-sac at one point, but this is as you go along the Mekong Delta, you're going to experience. Now, again, if you've seen the films about Vietnam, you are going to immerse yourself in this culture. And again, for the various destinations as we go through the ports of call, you've got excursions, you've got local boat rides, you go to local workshops, you'll go to markets and temples, flower villages, plenty of things to see. Now in Tan Chau, which is one of the destinations you make your way along, you've got a chance there to go and see the rice fields. You actually cross the border from Vietnam into Cambodia itself. You go to the craftsman's workshops, but you're still sailing along this Mekong Delta. Then we have an overnight in Phnom Penh, which is one of the big destinations to go and see. And again, don't like to harp on too much about the war, but again, you have a chance here to go to the Killing Fields, the Genocide Museum, which is not the most joyous place, but this is their history and very, very interesting to go and see. And I would recommend you do a trip over there. Then into Udon, which is another one of the destinations. You've got the Buddhist monastery, also the ox cart ride, and then from there down into Kaopong, and then finish the actual tour itself.
So it's a fascinating part of the world. I loved it, and you know, I was looking forward to it, but I loved it even more than I anticipated. And I think being on a river cruise, you are really going to see and experience so much more, aren't you?
Yeah, because you're not going to the big destinations. You're going along the Mekong Delta. Just before I choked to death on stage.
Yeah, I gotta say.
I did this last time.
You did do this last time, yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I'm worried that's not water that you're drinking, Glenn. Anyway, free drinks on board with your meals, this one. So free drinks with your meals. Free return flights from selected UK airports with no supplements as well. That 2-night hotel stay in Ho Chi Minh. And, of course, the overnight on board as
This is a different cruise. You know, we do cruises over to Vietnam, Cambodia and this part of the world. But if you want to do a river cruise and really go along and see some of the local villages and go along that Mekong Delta, and to be quite honest, the price that we're charging for this, the $18.99, that's what you'd normally pay on a river cruise going up the Douro or the Rhine, and this is taking you over to this part of the world.
And you've got a beautiful, it's classed as a twin balcony.
Twin balcony as well, yeah.
Wow, so wonderful views. So let's just remind the price, really good on this one, really good. I think it's been a great show, actually. So there's all the different prices that we've got there.
And, of course, these are deposit only on here at the moment. So you've got the leading date there, the 17th of August, $18.99. And, again, then you go all the way through there. But you've got some great deals on there for you.
Now, let's just recap everything that we have seen on tonight's show. It's been a great show. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So we started off with $399 Costa Cruises.
That was a good deal, wasn't it?
It was a long time since we've seen. It was back in 2008 when I last saw this price on the screen. It's been a long time, seriously, but it's great you can still get a deal like this. $399. You can upgrade to a balcony from £29 per person per night. And don't forget, if you want to spend an extra 2 nights in Barcelona, you can do that from just £99 per person.
And then we move on to our next deal, which, of course, was with Roof, and that was Celebrity, and that was on the Celebrity Silhouette. And again, this is our maiden season going out of Southampton. You've got a leader date there of 26th of May. I know she was talking about a date slightly earlier as well, which is even cheaper, but $12.69 on there. Free unlimited drinks package and half-price gratuities on Ocean View and above. Overnights on board in Copenhagen and St. Petersburg. You can add the 1-night stay at the Holiday Inn. And again, itineraries may differ slightly, but they're pretty similar. And speak to the team.
I think, honestly, amazing deal. So, yeah, we will be busy for that one. Then another great offer. I mean, Thomson always ever so popular, but Glenn knows because he takes your bookings.
This will be busy tonight.
Yeah, you always said when we've got an all-inclusive, that's there.
Yeah. And we've got two tonight. So we've got this one as well, which is the 15-night all-inclusive, and also Rob phoned in with the other one as well, which is that Repo cruise on the 5th of November, going from Malaga over to La Romana.
So yeah, a free upgrade to all-inclusive, tips and exclusive discounts on this one. A low deposit, you can secure your place tonight from just £125 per person. A flight based on Manchester or Birmingham, you can fly from London Gatwick for just a supplement of £49 per person. But an amazing deal. That's £650 a week, all-inclusive.
Really, and loads of islands to see.
Yeah, loads of islands in the Caribbean.
Then we move on to our next one, which is MSC. This was on the Splendida. And this one, of course, is taking you over to the Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Muscat, Khal Fakkan on this one. Free upgrade from an inside to a balcony. You've got Wi-Fi on this one. On the 23rd of Feb, actually, if you want to do an extra 2 nights in Dubai, which I would do, for £60 per person. And again, you've got the return flights from London, Birmingham, Manchester or Glasgow, plus the transfers, and that ID is 116356.
Then Oceania cruises on board the beautiful Riviera, and they really are, 5-star plus. Free Wi-Fi. Then you get to choose either free drinks, free $400 onward spend, or free excursions. Return flights from selected UK airports, because there is a choice there with no supplements. And transfers, they're not included, but you can add those through Planet Cruise tonight, of course. And the ID number for that one was 118327.
And then we finally got our cruise down the Mekong. Again, if you want to try one of these river cruises, you've got the 2 nights there in 2 nights there in Ho Chi Minh at the start, overnight in Phnom Penh as well from there. And again, you've got the French balcony for $18.99 on there for you. So we've got that, and that's from March all the way through to April 2019. And remember, anything that's more than 16, 17 weeks in advance will be deposit only on all of our deals. So it's well worth getting it reserved and nipping those prices in at best you can.
And don't forget, we had some late deals for you as well. So first one is that amazing 7-night cruise, and that's Norse Legends from Amsterdam, Holland America, 27th of August.
The brand new ship, so that's a great one there. Then we go on to one of our really, really popular, the Epic all-inclusive 29th of October doing the Western Med.
And our last couple of late deals, we had the Fred Olsen one, didn't we? Yep. Norwegian Fjords. And that's on board the Black Watch.
That's from Ross Scythe, which is really good.
Ross Scythe, again.
Which is something a bit different. And then finally we've got the 9-night, which is a really nice one, taking in some beautiful parts of the Eastern Mediterranean and give you an extra 2-night stay there in Venice. And that's 1099, ID 137858.
And just before we finish the show, Glenn, we've been running the show now for over 8 years. And let's be honest, there is a choice of agents to book through.
Of course it is.
Why Planet Cruise?
I just think, I mean, you look at the staff we have now in our office, most of them have been cruising before. If they've not worked on ships, they've been within the industry a long time. I mean, obviously we're salesmen, that's what we work in the office for. We want to sell cruises.
Of course.
But we do listen to what people want. So basically, people phone up who've never cruised before, want some advice, and we give it to them. If they don't know what cruise to look for, then we try and advise them. Look at their price, how much money they can spend, where they want to go, when they want to go. But again, I would say that especially late deals now, August, September, is so difficult to get them. So if you're still not sure, you've got to give the guys a call and try and get something.
And Glenn, what I love about you guys is, you want long-term customers, so you want to make sure
we're honest.
Yeah,
we try and be honest as much as we can. And
you want to make sure.
And again, a lot of us have worked on the ship, so we know the destinations, and people say, so we can talk about the ports and places like that.
And your customer service, you get amazing ratings for customer service, don't you?
Because we try and look after clients, because we know people can go with other people, so if we look after them, hopefully they'll always come back to us.
And I just want to say, if you haven't done a cruise yet, you've got to book your first cruise. You will be absolutely hooked. Honestly, that Costa cruise is a great introductory price at $399.
Yeah, and the guys are there till 10:30 tonight. Back in again at 8 o'clock tomorrow. I'll be back in at 2 o'clock, so we'll go from there.
Glenn, thank you so much.
That was a busy one, wasn't it?
Yeah, when are you next back?
2 weeks' time.
We will see Glenn in 2 weeks' time.
Cheers,
I
guys.
will see you ever so shortly, so stay watching. Take care.